Oh, hi there. Welcome to Ezine. So my name is Kevin Garcia. I am the one of three Ezine teachers. This is a class that we call Ezine, but of course, officially it may be listed as graphic design or a few other things. In this course, students are going to develop a lot of skills for journalism, graphic design. I know there is the unlikely chance that some of the students don't plan to become journalists or graphic designers. I know most want to follow my example and become a professional journalist at some point. But if that's not the case, I do want to point out there are a lot of skills they get from this course that are going to be very, very helpful later in life. Most obviously, this is a teamwork built class. What that means is that unlike other projects where students would sit around a table, work on a project, one kid did all the work, here each student is doing their own part of a whole to create a professional product. And that is the point. They are making professional quality magazines. And in the process, they have to interview people they don't know. That's actually part of the requirements. They have to interview professionals, people in whatever industry they decide to write about. Cannot be people they know, cannot be people who work at LASA or work at their previous middle school, should not be anybody who's in the family. Now, that being said, some students have told me, but my dad's friend, he's the perfect person to talk to because of this. That's great. So go talk to dad's friend and then say, hey, do you know someone else in this industry that I can talk to? And that helps them kind of bridge that gap. By doing these interviews, they are learning to talk to adults as peers. Now, this gives them a skill that many other teenagers coming out of high school don't have. They've actually developed this early on. Once they've done these interviews, they have to write a story, and this teaches them a new style of writing they haven't done up to this point. Students are expected to write professionally for a public general reading audience, as opposed to, say, writing a work of fiction or writing a work of academic writing. I know it sounds frustrating for a lot of the kids at first, having to learn a new style of writing each time. But what this is doing is it's giving them the ability to transition and adapt their writing style for what's needed. As somebody who's taught AP Senior English for many years, I wish more of my students had these skills coming in. So I think it's a great thing they have here at LASA. In fact, I didn't even know about this course until LASA called me and offered me the job. I have been teaching English for many years. As I mentioned earlier, I was a professional journalist for a long time. I also was a professional writer at Marvel for a while, which was fun to say. I didn't actually do anything exciting for them. I mean, it was mostly prose, but still fun to say. And when they told me about the Ezine position, I immediately said, this is a great class. I think more schools should have a class like this. The way I design the class, I intend the class to be as professional as possible. That means, just like with a job, I'm not giving them, here's your work for today and here's what you're doing this hour. Instead, it's, here are your assignments. You need to manage your time. For many of the assignments, I will give the students about a week. Depending on the assignment, they may get less, they may get more, but for most, they get about a week, which means at any given time, they should be doing 2 or 3 or maybe 4 different assignments. I give them time in class to do this, obviously with asynchronous time, but many things may need to be outside of class. For example, the interviews will probably be done outside of class. My cat wants to be involved. And because this is Zoom, every once in a while, my cat will want to be part of the show. This is Sushi. Say hi, Sushi. Yeah, whatever. Late, anyway. So thank you guys very much. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. My email address is kevin.c.garcia@awesomeisd.org. If you don't put the C in the middle, it goes to the wrong Kevin Garcia, so make sure you do that. Otherwise, just make sure to stay on top of your students' blend. I always put the assignments in Blend, and I always put the grades in Blend before I put them into the actual frontline teams program that we finalize. I mainly do that so that if students have a question or concern about their grades, we can adjust it before it actually goes into the record. Anyway, that's all I got. Let me know if you have questions. Thanks.